Hello, hello, my friends. Come on into the craft room. This is an exciting night. We are going to go through and pick our pumpkin winners. There were so many of them, and we're also going to craft some fun stuff. Okay, we're going to craft one of our new releases, which is an interchangeable pennant flag. And you guys, I am doing the Halloween one tonight. So I'm super excited. Come on in. If you are new or catching me on the replay, tell me hello. Let me know that you're here. I am going to send a text message real quick. Um, Contest winner. All right, there we go. All righty. So if you are on Telegram, that message is headed its way to you right now. Hello, hello, Deb. How are you? Hello, Angie. So good to see you guys. We are on Facebook and YouTube. Hello, Rita. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Kim. Hello, hello, hello. I'm super excited to go through these pumpkins with you guys. And we're going to give some away and we're going to see who the winner is. Um, and this is what I'm actually crafting tonight. This is one of our new pieces. I'm going to show it to you real quick. And then we're going to do the pumpkin giveaway. And then we'll get back to crafting. But these are our interchangeable pennant stands. Okay. If you have these, if you don't have these, they are in the shop and you can get them. But these slide, oops, I just threw my exclamation point. These slide on here. Super, super cute. I absolutely love these. This one says, "Hey Boo." You'll be able to see it. This one says, "Eek" and "Spooky." So we're going to do the Halloween ones tonight. But first, you made it, Debbie. Yes, Deb, I am on YouTube as well. Hello, Connie. Hello, Connie Bixler and Connie Swant. How are you? All right. So here's what we're going to do. You guys had the chance to vote, okay? Um, all day yesterday and all day today, you had the chance to vote. I'm going to pull my phone up here so that I locked it. That you can see what I'm doing. Got you on Facebook and YouTube. Hello, Maureen. Oh no, you're in Daytona Beach on a monsoon. That is no fun. Stay safe. Stay safe. Be careful. I'm headed to Texas tomorrow to New Braunfels, Texas. Is anybody down in that area? Maybe we should try to get together. That would be fun if we did a little meetup. All right, so let me grab my pen. Where's my pen? There it is right here. All right, so, oh, it's 8 p.m. there. Finally able to catch a live, Debbie. Oh, I will definitely be praying for comfort for your hand. Debbie just had surgery, so definitely praying for you. Hello, Donna. How are you? All right. So, if you don't know, if you are just stumbling on here, we have been having a pumpkin crafting contest, and everybody that participated got a free pumpkin. And we're going to show all comments so we can see them all. Everybody got a free pumpkin that you had to get online and actually order the pumpkin, but it was free. Anyway, so you got to decorate it however you wanted. And one of the things that I asked that I really wanted to encourage you to do was to share your story. What does that pumpkin remind you of? Does it have a story that goes along with it? And so that was so cool. I'm going to read each one of these to you. I mailed out almost 100 pumpkins. There's not 100 entries on here, but that's okay. Life happens. But I would encourage you that if you didn't get your pumpkin done in time, I still encourage you to put it here on this post. Okay. This post is going to stay up for a while. Well, it's going to stay pinned to the top of my page for a while. It's going to stay on my page forever, but it'll stay pinned for a while so that you can continue to share your pumpkins and the stories. Hello, Brenda. Hello, Sandy. Rita wishes she was going to Texas. It's going to be hot. It's been really nice here, but it's going to be hot down there. And actually, it's going to be hot here again. So I'm not going to miss the cool weather because it's going to be back in the 90s here for the weekend anyway. Anyway, I want to encourage you guys to continue putting your pumpkins on there, even if you didn't make the deadline for the contest. Um, because it gives people inspiration. It helps people understand also when they read your story. It helps people maybe understand how to start putting some significance into the things that they are creating, the things that they are crafting. And so I just really encourage you to do that. Not just share your creation, but share your stories as well. Oh, your family's there. Whereabouts is your family? So I'm going to show the pumpkins to you. And in order, when you were voting for your pumpkins, you just had to go and hit a like, this like button. It either a like, a heart, whatever, they all tally up into a total right here. So this says 24. I'm going to keep track of all that and then we're going to pick winners. Here's how the winners are going to go. We have a grand prize winner that if you are not a VIP member, we're going to have two grand prizes, one for the VIP people and one for non-VIP people. And if you are a VIP member, you're going to get $120 credit to the shop. You're going to get a $120 gift card. Can I get an amen? That is so cute. You like them all because they're all winners. Weren't they awesome, Barb? Um, if you are not a VIP member, you're going to get a 3-month subscription into our VIP group. Okay. And then after that 3 months, you can decide. I promise you, you're probably not going to want to leave, but you'll be able to decide if you want to stay or whatever. But you're going to get to try the VIP group free for 3 months. This is super important to me. Okay. The VIP group is where we really dig into things. The VIP group is where we nurture relationships. It's where we grow. We don't just grow our creativity, we grow in our faith, we grow in relationships. And so I'm really, really excited about that. And then we're also going to be giving away these. So we will also have how many more? One, two, three, four, five. I created 5 pumpkins for you guys over the last week and a half, something like that. And so we're going to give all these away too. Okay. Isn't that a great prize, Sandy? Yes. All right. So I'm going to keep track of this little number here and I'm going to pull the pictures up big so you can see. But I really want you to spend some time with me right now and let's listen to the stories that these ladies are sharing, okay? The stories touched your heart, right, Rita? So amazing. All right, so this one is Cheryl Hayes, okay? And she has 24 likes. I'm going to show it to you first. This is what it looks like. Look at all that dotting. That is gorgeous. Can you see that? That is so gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Here's what she said. As I was staring at my blank pumpkin, thinking of how I wanted to bring it to life, I started thinking of all the Thanksgiving get togethers we have had in our family. One of my favorite things were the homemade pies my mama made with all of the intricate details with her gorgeous meringue. When I thought of that, I thought I should come up with something intricate to represent her pies. I have never attempted a dotting project, but I was ready. I hope you ladies enjoy it as much as I enjoy doing it to share it with you. I hope this inspires you to think of some of your Thanksgiving get togethers. Very grateful. This is absolutely gorgeous. If you have not seen it, you definitely need to go check this one out. Okay. She is a VIP member already. So she is going to be in the drawing for $128 gift card. Nicole says, I've been looking at mine. You should have burnished. Is that the right word? The edges, though. I don't know how to do that yet. Yes. So you can still do it, Nicole. Practice it. Practice it on the back. Turn it over, practice it, and then get comfortable. Or practice on a scrap piece of wood, maybe, or practice on cardboard. That's a great way to do it. But yeah, you can add to it. Just because you don't have it right now, once you feel comfortable with that, go ahead and add to it. Debbie, we are a very fertilized group. We spread love, fun, crafting, and so much more. You will love the VIP group. Isn't that stunning, Ellen? So good. I love it. And thank you, Debbie. I absolutely, the VIP group is my heart. All right. So here's another one. Janet McAdory, she has 16. And I think, hold on, let me scroll through these real quick. 16, 17, because we have, I'm going to go through all these, but we have, okay, there's a 22, there's a 34, a 27. We have 7 prizes to give away. All right. So, whoops, whoops, whoops. I went too far. I went too far. Let's go back to all comments. All right. So the next one was Janet McAdory. She has 16. My pumpkin reminds me of fall nights sitting by the fire, wearing a cozy sweater and watching the leaves change colors outside, feeling grateful for nature's beauty and the warmth of the fire. Check out hers. She did, let me do it this way. Look at that. She did like plaid, kind of like a sweater. I love, love, love that. And this little part here where it looks a little bit shiny, that's some glitter on it. So that's Janet McAdory's. And then we have Melanie. I probably should have had all these names written down, but that's okay. This is hers. And she said, when I was trying to decide how to decorate my pumpkin, I thought of my 6-year-old granddaughter. Her favorite color is teal. So I looked up to see what the color represents, and teal is a symbol of serenity, balance, uniqueness, and hope. Teal is often associated with calmness and healing, and it evokes a sense of peace and balance. My mind was made up. We need to feel peaceful and calm and full of hope. Absolutely gorgeous. I love that. Look at her shading on that. And then she put the little heart on there with, I think that's a little button. I love that one. All right. So next we have Bobby Smirtka. And pumpkins remind me of Halloween and my mom's handmade costumes. As a single mom raising 2 kids, she made all of our Halloween costumes with things we had around the house. This is probably going to bring back some memories to some of you guys. One year, I was a scarecrow with straw stuffed in my clothes. My brother was R2D2 when she wrapped his whole body in tinfoil. And once we were both ghosts, and she ghosts with sheets draped over us. This is absolutely adorable. So it looks like she probably used a stencil on the bats, and it says the witch. That is so, so cute. What a great thing to, that's a great one for Halloween. I love that. And there's so many other comments in here, so I would really encourage you guys. Did I put most relevant? No, it's all. I really would encourage you guys to go back through and read some of these. So this is Linda Anastis. Is that correct? I think I might say it right. This one, she has some dotting on it. I'm going to pull it up and show you, but she says, my pumpkin reminds me of all the beautiful fall colors, especially the October day my mom passed away. The colors that day were absolutely beautiful, just like she was. I beaded the pumpkins and the flower vase. I just finished one last week and the other this week. So she put some of her beadwork on it. So this is pretty sure, yeah, this is like diamond art. Okay, so she had the little vase that she put on it, and then so she used her pumpkin as a backdrop for her diamond art. Absolutely love it. Okay, this one, Mary Winkler. And she posted 2 of her pumpkins, a front and a back side. So, okay. Oops, let me write that number down again. All right, this one, pumpkins remind me of family traditions, gratitude, and how life changes like the seasons. During the fall, we have a family tradition of celebrating around my birthday by going to a local farm and pumpkin picking pumpkins, apple picking, and enjoying all of the beauty of the season. I have always felt such gratitude spending that time with my boys, but just as the seasons change, so does life. And our son, so does life. And as our son went off to college, we adopted the tradition to just the two of us, making new memories as we remember the old. Life has changed in many ways, especially with our son's brain cancer diagnosis last year. But as I made my pumpkin tonight, I felt such gratitude and some peace knowing that God will guide us and continue to shine his hope. I have always called my son my little pumpkin, and every moment I can share with him is a blessing. And so she shared two pumpkins. It's the same pumpkin, but there's a tag on it because the tag is reversible. She said, I made this pumpkin expressing my gratitude with a tag that I added one of my pumpkin memories with my son at 1.5 years old. So look at this. She used the Dollar Tree tile to put on her pumpkin, and then she has a tag. Well, she's the words are from the shop, because that's a wooden word, grateful, and then the tag probably is from the shop too, or she may have had it on her stash. But that's one side with her son, and then she said on the other side of the tag, I added another pumpkin memory from the last time we went pumpkin picking together. And I'm going to zoom in on that. So she has a picture. So think about that. Think about adding memories to your pieces like these pumpkins. I love the way that she took the tags and really, really personalized it to what memories she wanted to remember when she brought this out every year. You loved all the pumpkins and stories. I do too. I really do too. You are so welcome, Leanne. It's fun, relaxing, and uplifting, plus all the beautiful pumpkins and stories. I love it. All right, so here's another one, Faith Meinhardt. And my pumpkins remind me of hay rides and roasting marshmallows on a chilly night. Look at that. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Now, she didn't say what this was. I am assuming because I've seen a napkin that looks very similar to this. So she probably Mod Podged that napkin on there, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It just does. It reminds you of just being at the pumpkin patch, right? I love it. Um, all right, this is Dawn Wint. My pumpkin reminds me of cooler weather, changing of seasons, leaves, baking pumpkin bread, and recycling things that I have around the house. And so she said the stem and bow is sisal from a hay bale. And look at the texture on that. I'm pretty sure those are all um silk leaves that she layered and just let me move it this way, that she just layered and gave the pumpkin a lot of texture. And then she said these were from her hay bale. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the texture. I love that it looks like a sweater. I can feel it, and I can't, you know what I mean? I can feel it through the screen. I can feel it through the screen. Oh, I'm so sad you did too, Cindy. We're going to do more because this was fun. So we're probably going to do another one for Christmas. So be on the lookout for that. The stories brought you to tears and laughter, right? I love it. I love it. All right. So Darla Rochelle is the next one. And here is her pumpkin. And she posted her story separately. I don't remember where her story went. But here is her pumpkin. And I'm betting. So this is Darla right here. I know her. And I'm assuming this is her husband, and these may be her kids and her grandkids. But she did some pumpkins on the background. So, like a stencil, maybe chalk couture, brought some leaves up on her stem and put a little bow at the bottom. But look how adorable that is. This is just like such a keepsake from those memories that she has now. I absolutely love that. Okay. The next one is Donna Burns. And she says, red, yellow, orange, and brown. Autumn leaves are falling down. Cooler weather comes to call, giving us a splash of fall. You guys, she just gave us a poem. Let me read it again. Red, yellow, orange, and brown. Autumn leaves are falling down. Cooler weather comes to call, giving us a splash of fall. That is absolutely precious. Look at that. All the colors that she talked about, the splash of fall looks like paint. I absolutely love that. Absolutely gorgeous. Sherry, she said, Maureen says everything should remind you of pies as good as you make them, right? Pumpkins remind you of pies. I love it. I love it. All right. This was a fun one. Nicole McKinney, and I think she's on here. Nicole, you're on here, aren't you? All right. She said, my pumpkin is my first attempt at something like this. Okay. She is growing in her creativity, and I really, really want to applaud you for that. Okay. Because it's scary to put ourselves out there sometimes, especially when we're new and we're learning, and maybe we aren't always comfortable with the things that we've done. Yes, you are here. Um, so she said, my pumpkin is my first attempt at something like this. It represents my family. When it arrived, the stem was broken. Now, let me tell you, let me pause there. There were a couple of you guys that had a stem broken, and I told you I would mail you a new pumpkin if you wanted. And I think it was Nicole that I said you could put something on the back to support it if you wanted. That way you could get it into the contest. Um, but I love what she did with it. When I arrived, the stem was broken, which honestly reminds me a lot of myself. The leaves cover that brokenness, much like Jesus's love covers my brokenness. The M stands for my little family of three. God is over us, protecting us. Our 16th wedding anniversary is technically this month, and I carried sunflowers in my bouquet. They are one of my favorite flowers. She brought all that to life, you guys. So she did the painted sunflower and that leaf that is over the break in the stem. And I absolutely love that. What a great analogy. What a great analogy. That leaf is covering up that brokenness, just like God covers our brokenness. Absolutely. Um, yes, Maureen, she says, Nicole, keep up the creating. We would love to see more from you. Hello, Anne. It is good to see you. That was a fun one. I love the brokenness analogy. All right, so here's Rhonda Snyder. She said, my pumpkin reminds me of God's handiwork in all the colors of fall. And so she did a little dotting too. It's sideways and it may turn. Yep, it's going to turn if I move my phone. So we're just going to have to look at it sideways. Maybe right there. Check out that dotting. Look at those gorgeous colors. And then she did some swirls. I love it. Love it. Gorgeous. That dotting is gorgeous, my friend. All right, Diane Carney Newsmoa. I don't know how to pronounce that. She is a great lady in this community, and I hate that I don't know how to pronounce some of your guys' names. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Marina. The center of the sunflower almost looks like a fingerprint. It does. You could add so much more story to that. All right, so this is Diane New. I'm just gonna put Diane in because I'll know. I'll know who it is. My pumpkin reminds me to slow down and be grateful for the blessings all around me and all of my blessings. So here she used a grateful and some leaf cutouts. And then this floral pumpkin is actually a cutout from one of our kits that she put on there. I love that. So pretty. All right. Roxy, the gorgeous. Aren't you loving the stories? All the pumpkins were amazing, aren't they, Lindy? I just showed yours, Lindy. Um, I was like, how do I want to do this? And I was like, I want to read all the stories because there is just power in that. I absolutely love it. So this one says, my pumpkin reminds me of family gatherings with lots of delicious foods. I always looked forward to Thanksgiving because all of my cousins would be there and the food was outstanding. That is a gorgeous pumpkin. Look at that bow. And let me see. That is either a stencil that she used or she hand lettered that thankful. And then there's another little stack of pumpkins down there, but that floral arrangement on the top is absolutely gorgeous. Hello, Nona. All right, let's make sure they weren't saying anything else. All right, Angie Mitchell. My pumpkin reminds me that every new adventure has a starting point. I will become better the more that I paint. I love that. Color is good and animal print goes with everything. A little sparkle, heart, and a bow make everything better. The repurposed stem is made from packing paper, reminds me to use things in new ways and think outside the box. Curves are okay, even if they're mine and not on a pumpkin. I absolutely love it. Check that one out. I love the little cheetah print hearts. So cute. And then there's that packing paper that she used to give her stem a lot of texture. Okay, so here is Robin Willis. And hers says, my pumpkin reminds me how grateful I am for all of the blessings God has given me. Most importantly, for my salvation, my husband, and my two sons and their families, and my two grandchildren. Here is hers. That is gorgeous. Look how gorgeous that is. Now, I'm going to try to zoom in here because it looks like she did use some stickles on the pumpkin. All of those spots right there, those are all stickles where she just kind of wanted to highlight more of the pumpkin, and I absolutely love that. And it looks like in her little, I don't know whether to put it up here or here, but I think the color is better this way. She put a little pine cone in the center of her bow. I love that. All right, here is Pam Fritz. I became a first time grandmother, Mimi, this past March. So I've been calling him my little pumpkin since we found out the exciting news. I wanted to create a cute pumpkin for my little pumpkin. Y'all, look how adorable that is. That face is just too precious. So adorable. This one had a lot of likes too. They all, like some of you have said that you had a hard time. You just liked them all because there was no way to pick two. And I know that's hard. I know that's hard. I saw these starting to come in and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm glad I'm not picking those because I wouldn't be able to decide. All right, Amber Goodwin. Oh, I didn't write Pam's number down. Hold on. There we go. So Amber Goodwin. This one says, my pumpkin reminds me of God's eclectic colors of our skies, fall, and nature. When you look up to the sky, He creates a different canvas for every day for us to enjoy. That is so true and absolutely gorgeous. She did a paint pour. Look at that. I have seen every single one of those colors in the sky. I love it. I love it. Gorgeous. Um, I will also take some screenshots of these and highlight all of the winners on the page so that if anybody is not watching that needed to take part or did contribute and they just couldn't catch the live, I will definitely make sure to post this on the page too. Sue Dial. My pumpkin reminds me of fall weather, Halloween, and happy children, and God's grace He pours out on us every day so that we have a bounty of blessings. And it looks like she used some stencil and has some, like the stencils that look like words, but they're not really words, but it looks like cursive signatures and stuff like that. It's on there, but I don't know that you can see it. An adorable little gnome and some sunflowers. That is so precious. So cute. All right, Janine Verster. Verster. There's no N. My bad. My son's birthday is in October, so everything pumpkin reminds me of him and the month he was born. I often still call him my pumpkin. He turns 30 this year, so what a way to celebrate him next month. This is gorgeous. Look at that. I want you to kind of look. Some of these are very intricate, some of these are very simple, and they just are all absolutely beautiful. So don't feel like adding more makes it better because sometimes less is more. I mean, you guys have heard that before. I love that ribbon with this, and that Hey Pumpkin looks like a cutout. It's three-dimensional, so it looks like a cutout. All right. Oh, this one's a great one. Joanna Traxler. Um, my pumpkin reminds me of all the great memories I have with my mom during the fall season, apple picking, fun fall parties, and enjoying the wonderful colors of the trees. She's been gone almost 35 years, and I still miss her every day. Ooh, she did some dotting on this one too. You can see down in the center, the little sides there, kind of the curve of the pumpkin. She did some dotting, and then she did some plaid. That is gorgeous. And I'm not sure if that is a napkin or if she did that. I think it might be a napkin. It's hard to tell sometimes. It's definitely hard to tell sometimes. Um, this one is Kelly May. And fall has to be my favorite. Living in Arizona, the desert is so hot for so many months. When fall comes closer, we all look forward to the cooler and cozier weather. This one's gorgeous. I love the colors. And it looks like she used some Scrabble tiles and then those that is wired twine. I don't have any of it, but I've seen it and I've wanted to buy some, but that is wired twine that she has up there. That is so pretty. They are all wonderful, aren't they, Rita? Okay, I posted this one for Anita because she had posted it in a yeah, that doesn't matter. So this was by Anita Jenkins. My pumpkin reminds me that all of my blessings come from God. I love the family He has given me, and I love all the colors that fall brings. I am continually amazed at the beauty God has allowed me to see for 60 years. I am very blessed. I may not be rich in money, but I'm a millionaire of blessings, and I love that. What a great way to bring that to life. And that looks like she probably hand lettered that. That is gorgeous. Leanne, Leanne Romaine. This reminds me of the beauty of fall and all of the things that go with it. Hay rides, s'mores, bonfires, hot apple cider, beautiful colors of the leaves, and all things apples and pumpkins. I love the summer most and I dread the cold winter. Everything fall is beautiful and reminds me to live in the present. It reminds me to not look back at summer, but definitely not push ahead and rush. This pumpkin will remind me to live in the beauty of today and the season we are in. What a great reminder. What a great reminder. So, as I'm going through this, I want you guys to think about some of these stories. And I want you to, this is Dee Blakely. I want you to think about when you're starting to create things and when you're starting to put projects together from the shop, think about what stories they can tell. What do you want them to remind you of if you were to walk by it in your house or if you were to give it as a gift? What story would you write with it? So here's the other thing, all of these pumpkins I asked you guys to write stories about, you can share those stories. Like if you are gifting a pumpkin to someone, share the stories. Okay. That's what makes things just a lot more, just have so much deeper meaning. And so I want you to really think about that. D. Blakely, my pumpkin reminds me that you don't always need a detailed plan for something to turn out beautifully. I am not used to making this sort of craft. She's a cricket girl. I really didn't have anything in mind except this adorable scarecrow picture. I just kept growing and growing. I'm so pleased with the end result. This was fun. And this is absolutely gorgeous. So she has a little scarecrow peeking out of the middle of it. This is adorable. So if you can tell really close, all around the scarecrow are like little leaves. I love it. Oh, so pretty. Yes, it makes them more personal gifts. Um, Tabitha Bailey. Tabitha Bailey. My pumpkin reminds me of back home in Michigan on the farm, the smell of fall, the changing leaves, and the crisp air. My family always wore flannels to keep warm in the cold. I added the blue to represent me as it is my favorite color. So to me, it is me and my family together for fall. What a great story. I love the addition of blue. Look at that. And then she had another little wooden pumpkin that she added to the front. I love the color combos of this. I really like blues in fall. Gorgeous. I love it. And it looks like so in the pumpkin, you have the little curves that are inside the middle. She used it looks like there's some twine on there. You see that twine? So she used that to kind of define the edges. Ooh, the one with the scarecrow did kinda look like a busted canvas. I didn't even think that until you say that now. It absolutely did. It absolutely does. There you go. That's an idea of how you can bring some more of them to life. All right, Betty Lyles. I love the autumn. I love to see all the pumpkins on the porches. I think of pumpkin pies, Thanksgiving, and family. So she did a little ruffle on this and stuck in some wheat and some different florals on there. I love it. Sherry, yours is in here somewhere because I saw it, but it was separate. Okay, that one got posted twice. Sherry, yours is in here. Hold on. There it is. All right, so I'm gonna show you this one. I'm gonna go back up to her comment, but this is Sherry's. She did it with a little cat. It looks like it's glowing. I love the colors that you used on it. It truly, truly, truly. I'm trying to get my head out of the way it truly looks like it's glowing from within, like there's a light behind it. Let me go back and find your Sherry says, my husband helped me make this pumpkin. I love teamwork, and my hubby and I bond together. And it's supposed to be a cat. I love it. It literally, that yellow really makes it looks like it's just glowing. Vicky says it's a great idea, Beth. I'm heading to bed. You had surgery on Wednesday and it makes me tired. Sweet dreams, my friend. She loves the stories. They're so meaningful. Definitely come back and watch the replay and go check them out, Vicky. I'm praying that you are healing well and get some amazing rest tonight. All right, here's Barb Birch. My pumpkin reminds me that anything can be used to craft. This is the bag that the pumpkin came in. I love everything pumpkin and I love daisies. What a great idea. Y'all got these pumpkins in a bag, unless you placed other orders and then it was stuck in a box. But look at that. She used the bag as the pumpkin. That's a great idea. How many did I get? I don't know how many are on here. I'd have to go back and look, but I mailed just under 100 pumpkins. They're not all on here though. But I want to encourage you guys that if you got a pumpkin and you missed the deadline, still go ahead and upload them. All right, Leanne Grace. My pumpkin reminds me how thankful I am for all the beauty God has created, everyone He has placed in my life, and all of the days He blesses me to wake up and enjoy it all over again. This is gorgeous. Y'all, I never used to be a fan of like cheetah print or anything like that, but I love it. And it looks like she's also using that wired twine as well. Wasn't it clever? Great idea. Okay, so this was by Mariah. Her mom posted it. My pumpkin reminds me of being girly. Let me write her name down. And having fun, expressing myself, and spending time with my friends, laughing and talking for hours. And so this is two-sided. On one side, she put my magazine, and then the other side, she has all kinds of so that one says my magazine, and this one is all kinds of, let me try to zoom in a little bit. Look, talking with her friends on the phone. Let's see. She's got Skittles. There's a little Skittles sticker, little ladybug, so many different things on here. I love this. A little dress, a little pop caps, the little tabs off the pop cans are on there. Um, these are crackers. Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite crackers, I'm telling you. This just signifies her life and the things that she enjoys is it's not a word, but we just made it a word, so we're just gonna go with it. Um, yes, I'm sharing all the pumpkins that were done, yes, and sharing the stories. And you guys can go through and read them, but I just really thought it would be fun to do that. All right, that one was Anita. We just did that one. All right, this is Rita Wigington. And I know Rita is on here with us tonight. My pumpkin reminds me of camping, the smells of fall, and beautiful colors that God created, and serenity of peace. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. There is so much to be seen on here. So, this looks like a little window. I'm going to use this top camera now. This looks like a little window, and this looks like a little entryway. And then, sorry, Brian left to get Parker, so all my cameras are going off. And then I love the background. So the background looks like it's probably a napkin or something like that, but this is a statement piece, you guys. This has a lot of stuff in it, and it's a statement piece. This can definitely very well stand on its own. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. Rena Bullman. I made this pumpkin because I love everything fall. The crispy autumn cool air, the leaves starting to change colors before they fall and prepare for winter. The pumpkins, the warm flannel shirts, hot apple cider, apple pies that remind me of my dad who loved apple pies. I'm blessed to live in New York and experience all four seasons in all their glorious splendor. Same. I love living where I live because I get to see all four seasons. Look at that. So gorgeous. Those flowers look, they're felt, it looks like. All right, let's see. Here's Nona Brannon. The pumpkin itself is a reminder of how God picked me up and cleaned all of the ugly out of me. He loves me in spite of me. The pearl on the bow represents Jesus. The key is to remind us that Jesus is the only way to unlock the gates of heaven. The two butterflies are my parents, the three brown hearts are my children, and the small hearts are my grandchildren. The other heart is my husband. I am grateful for all of these people because they have made me who I am. That is gorgeous. I absolutely love that. So, it looks like she used a napkin on the back. There's lots of flowers on there. It says grateful on the bottom. But here's the hearts. Can you see the hearts? And there's the key. The key is right here. Oops. The key, let's do it this way. The key's right here underneath the little bow with the little pearl. There's so much semblance to this. I love it. Oh, Sherry, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Yeah, she made it into a camper with wheels and everything. I loved it. I love the semblance of this one, Nona. And you are so right as far as when you said that a reminder that God picked you up and cleaned all the ugly out of you. I love that. What a testimony. All right. This one is, oh, I don't think I wrote Nona down. Nona. Brandon. All right, this one's Connie. When I thought about what this pumpkin meant to me, a flood of emotions washed over me, but here goes. The pumpkin represents me. The stem represents strength, bendable but won't break. The leaves represent friends who come into my life for a season. The seeds represent blessings and lessons. The ghost represents people who've left my life. The cat represents inner strength, flexibility, intuition, and adaptability to overcome obstacles. The black bow represents the web that holds everything together. Wow, who knew? I love that. Look at the little cat. She's got her little peeking out at the top and then at those little feet down here at the bottom. That is so precious. And then the little ghost, and there's the black ribbon that she talked about, and the leaves and the stems. Absolutely adorable. I love that you guys brought so much of yourself into these. Robin Lambright. My pumpkin reminds me of all of God's goodness and how he loves us so much by giving us good foods to eat, like pumpkins that are very healthy. Jesus loves you. He will be back. And there is a scarecrow on here. There's like like a tree, corn stalk. So cute. And then there was Sherry's, and that's it. Let me make sure I have it on all. Oops. It was on all. Let me scroll through one more time and make sure there weren't any that I miss. Make sure my numbers are good here too. Um, that one that one I did. I don't think I have this one down. This one, that one. All right. I think I have them all down. All right. Well, I think we have a clear winner. So remember, we are going to have, let me, I'm going to write it on a different piece of paper here. So we're going to have our VIP winner. We have two VIP winners. One of them is going to be our VIP person who's already in the VIP membership, that you're going to get a $120 gift certificate to the shop. And then to the person who's not a VIP member, there's also going to be a grand prize for that. And that's 3 months membership into our VIP group. Okay. So there's two grand prizes, one for current VIP members and one for non VIP members. And I will tell you who that is. And then we're going to give away the rest of these pumpkins. So let's do the non VIP member first. Let me find it. Amber Goodwin. She had the most likes on her pumpkin. And I think that one was just absolutely gorgeous. When I saw it, it looked like it was that cellophane that you look at and you can see all the colors, you can see blues and pinks and stuff like that. But then I looked closer and I was like, it is a paint pour. Amber Goodwin. Did I say that right? Amber Thomason Goodwin. She is going to win a 3-month membership into our VIP group. Let me write that down. Amber Goodwin. I don't know if she's on here, but I will make a post on the page so that and I will touch base with you, Amber, okay? And tell you how to get into the VIP group and all of that. But congratulations. That was gorgeous. I also do want to tell everybody that if you didn't win, you I'm so glad you shared your creation, because it just gives inspiration to so many more people. Okay. If you have a pumpkin and you missed the deadline, make sure you load it up, because we still want to see all those. Okay. So Amber Thomason Goodwin. And again, hers said that Her pumpkin reminded her of the God's eclectic colors of the sky, fall nature. When you look up to the sky, he creates a different canvas every day for us to enjoy. I love it. I love it. All right. The VIP winner, who is someone who is in our VIP group and is going to win $120 gift card. Let me write that down. Is, let's see, was really close. It was between Pam Fritz, which was this little cutie that she made that reminded her of her new grandson this year. And I'm going to tell you right now, oh, Amber is with us. Amber, congratulations, my friend. I'm so glad that you're going to join us for a few months inside the VIP group. You're going to love it. I'll send you all the details, okay? Or you can send me a message and then I'll just respond to you too. So it was a very, very close between this one, Pam Fritz, and then the very first one we looked at with the dots. Those were 3 votes away, but Pam Fritz was the winner. That little face is just absolutely precious. That little face is absolutely precious. So, Pam, be on the lookout for me because I will be sending you a $120 gift card. Okay. You can use anytime. All right. So, we need 5 more. Is it 5 more? We're going to give these away. So, here's the only thing on these is that I'm leaving town. I have to leave the house at 7 in the morning. And so I am not going to get these mailed until I come back. Okay. Not going to get these mailed till I come back. Um, all right. So let's see. We have Melanie McElfresh. Melanie, let me find hers again and I'll show it to you. I don't think we're going to paint tonight. We'll have to save our painting for another day. We'll paint as soon as I get back from out of town. Because I've actually enjoyed doing this. I actually enjoyed really reading these with you guys. Melanie McElfresh. Melanie's going to get this one. Hers was the teal. Reminded her of the teal. I hope you don't mind, but I'm just going to write on the back. Melanie McElfresh. That way I don't have to keep my, it's fresh, not, it's ESH, not ISH. So Melanie is going to get this one. Okay. Next up, okay, let me mark these off here. Next one is this one, and this one's going to go to Cheryl. Remember, we had the first place, and this was the second most one. Cheryl Hayes. You are so welcome, Pam. So this is Cheryl Hayes. All right, who's going to get the spooky? I need to spray it so it stops dropping glitter. Let's cross off Melanie and Robin Willis. Robin Willis is going to get this one. And let me show you which one was Robin's. She had lots as well. Maybe? There it is. This was the one that had this on it. And the stories of all of them are amazing. I thought that was fun. I was like, how can we do a contest that's just more than just painting? And so I was like, you know what? I want you to tell me some stories with your pumpkins. So that's why we did that. And we're going to continue on. So we're going to do, I already have a really fun idea in mind for Christmas. So we're just going to have to do this like every season. Fall, winter, spring, summer. I mean, why not? It's super fun. All right. So that was Robin Willis. This one goes to that one. Janet McAdory. Janet's was close to the top, I think. Yep. Hers was the plaid one. Janet McAdory. Congratulations, my friend. This was the one that we used our stencil on and created some. So I would probably do a little bit lighter background. It blended in. It looks absolutely gorgeous. But if you want the leaves to stand out a little bit more, just do a different color background. Who did I say that was? Janet McAdory. There we go. All right. The last one is going to Dawn Went. Let's find Dawn's. This has been such a neat kickoff to fall. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed this. I was, like I said, I wanted to do something different that you can't, that nobody's really done. Dawn Went. Oh, but hers was all of the feathers, or not the feathers, the leaves. I love it. Dawn is going to get this one. I think this one was one of my favorites. I loved them all, though, you guys. Dawn Went. There you go. All right. So all of the ladies that are getting these, they will not be mailed until next week, okay? I get back Saturday evening, and so it won't hit the mail until Monday, but I'll put all those in the mail for you guys on Monday. Pam, I will get a gift card electronically created and get it sent to you so that you have it for whenever you want to do some shopping. And Amber Goodwin, congratulations. You are the one who got a 3-month membership into the VIP group. Um, I want to thank everybody for joining us. There were so many of you. I mailed out almost 100 pumpkins, so that's a lot. And life happens and we don't always get stuff done when we want to. And so if you have a pumpkin, I encourage you to continue to create it. And I'll leave this post pinned to the top of my page for about another week so that you can go ahead and continue sharing. So for those of you who loved the stories and like listening to them, or like reading the stories, go back and watch that, because or go back and check that post, because there are going to be, well, hello there. There's going to be more additions in there. Okay. So I will send everybody an email with the link to that so that you can continue to post your pumpkins in there with your stories, because I think this was so much fun. I really, really, really enjoyed it. Yes, Maureen, great job to all the winners. Congratulations. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Rita. I will have a safe trip. Um, Heading out tomorrow, and I'll be back Saturday to hang out with. I'll be with Nicole from Afraid Not. I'll be with Danielle from Imperfect Dust. I'll be with Carrie from A Pinch of Salt. I'll be with Brooke from Refabbed. I'll be with Crystal from Scripted Faith Collective. I'll be with Jennifer from the Happy Lettering Club. I'll be with, there's so many, Desiree, Melanie from Southern Crush at Home. There's about 16 of us that I'm just going to hang out with this week and kind of pour into each other. Someone asked me one time what we do in a mastermind, and um, it's a lot of things. And, sometimes you may need to be poured into. Maybe you're just needing to be fed and learn different techniques, or just fed to where you just need encouragement. And then other times you may not need anything, but you need to pour into other people. And so it's just really great to be around the other women. Um, Number one, they're all very faith led, and that is super important to me. And that is one reason why I picked this mastermind group, because it is super important to me to have that at the forefront of just who I am and the business that I am running. And so I love that. But there's just so much knowledge. I mean, when you get some intelligent women in a room together, think of the things that you can just brainstorm. just so much. I typically leave my masterminds and am mentally exhausted because I've just taken in so much information. I have fed into so many people that it's just exhausting, but it's so nourishing. It's so soul nourishing. And so I'm excited to go plan my fourth quarter, and we're going to plan another contest like this, but it'll be for Christmas. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be a Christmas tree. Maybe it'll be a gingerbread man. Maybe it'll be a snowflake. Maybe it'll be a Christmas cookie. I don't know what it's going to be, but maybe you guys will have to give me some ideas of what you want it to be. So I will definitely give you Nicole a hug for you, Barb. The pumpkins were so creative and the stories behind them were amazing. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed this. This was something that I've never done, and I wanted to do something for you guys to showcase your creativity and your stories because we talk a lot about stories here on this page. And creating things that have meaning. And so I hope this encouraged you. I hope it just sparked a little, maybe before you were like, I don't really know what she means when she wants us to paint this hey boo thing and it have meaning. I don't know what that means. I hope that this gave you a little bit of inspiration to just try to start thinking about that. How can you um, create things that have meaning? How can you tie them back to scripture and everything like that? So I am so glad you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I am going to spend the rest of my evening hanging out with Big B and the family before I leave. So I love you guys. We were going to paint. I'm not going to. We spent a little bit of time on this, but this is why we were live tonight, was for our contest. And so I will paint our pennant flags. You guys, these are the interchangeable pennant flags that go on our interchangeable pennants. If you guys don't have these, I'm gonna lose. They are absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And we have lots of different holidays for them now. This week I loaded this Halloween one, and I loaded a fall one, and I loaded a Christmas one. So we're gonna bring all those to life some point in time, but we'll do this one as soon as I get back. All right. Have an amazing Tuesday. Have an amazing rest of your week, and stay tuned on the page because I have some fun stuff going on here while I'm gone. So I love you guys.